Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to session 29 of Theory of Computation or Formal Languages and Automata Theory. So in today's session, we are going to solve some of the problems related to pushdown automata. So in today's session, we are going to consider some of the language properties, and for those language properties, we will see how to construct the pushdown automata. In the previous session, we discussed about what is the pushdown automata, how to represent the pushdown automata in a mathematical way, and next we have seen the language acceptance by the pushdown automata. So we can construct the pushdown automata by using the two strategies. One is by considering the final state. So language acceptance by final state, that is one of the techniques. And second one is that language acceptance by empty stack. So these are the two techniques by using which we can construct the pushdown automata for the given language. Okay. But you may get a question here, which strategy we have to apply for constructing the pushdown automata as far as the given language is concerned. The answer is if it is mentioned in a question clearly that follow the strategy of language acceptance by final state or language acceptance by empty stack. So whatever the property that is mentioned or whatever the technique of construction of pushdown automata is mentioned in the question, for that you have to construct it. Okay. So if it is not mentioned in the question, that means related to the strategy, then you can use any of the technique for implementing the pushdown automata or designing the pushdown automata. Okay. So let us see some more examples related to this concept. So just try to solve this problem. So design pushdown automata for the language L is equal to a power n b power a power n b power 2n. Okay. So the language property here is L is equal to set of a power n b power 2n such that n value is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So we have to construct the pushdown automata for this language property. So in the solution, the very first step is that you have to write down the language first. That means you have to generate the set of strings by considering the constraint, mathematical constraint given in the question. Okay. So if you observe here, L is equal to set of a power n, b power 2n such that n is greater than or equal to 1. So substitute n values, different n values, okay, in place of this n, we will get different combinations of the strings here. Okay, so if we consider n value is equal to 1, so we are going to get the first combination of the string as a power n, b power 2 into 1. So it is nothing but a followed by 2 b's. Okay. Next, if you consider n value is equal to 2, you will get a square b power 4. So 2 a's, 4 b's. If you consider n value as 3, you are going to get a cube followed by b power 6. Okay. So if you observe this string pattern, you could say that the number of b's is double than the number of a's, right? So the number of b's will be double than the number of a's, right? So 1a, if you get 1a in a string, then the number of b's will be 2. Okay. If you get 2 a's in a string, then you are going to have 4 b's followed by a's. Okay. If you are having 3 a's, means the number of b's will be 6 following a's. Okay. So likewise, so if you observe, there is a relationship between this a power n and b power 2n, right? So there is a relationship between the number of a's and number of b's, right? So here, the number of b's must be double than the number of a's, right? So how do we implement the pushdown automata to accept such language, right? So first thing, let me explain this with a stack concept here. First thing, so first thing, assume that we are having a stack with z naught as a bottom of the stack. Okay, so initially the stack is having z naught, right? So first thing, the input always starts with a, right? So the input always starts with a, and we are going to consider the initial state as q naught. Okay, so these are the two points that we have to consider first. So initially the input always starts with a, and consider that we are having a initial state q naught, right? And then this is the common thing, that stack initially consisting of the symbol z naught, right? Now how do we construct a PDA that accepts this language a power n b power 2n, right? So the logic here is, if you are in state q naught, if you are in state q naught and the input is a, and the input is a, and the stack content is z naught, okay, and stack content is z naught. So let me write here, we are in state q naught, okay, we are in state q naught. We are considering the input as a, that means the first symbol in the input must be a, okay, comma, and stack content is z naught, right? So this is the first case that we are writing. So let me consider I am writing the transition function as delta. So we are starting from q naught, the input is a and stack content is z naught, right? And I have explained that whenever we are considering the stack content z naught, imagine that it is out of the stack, right? So whenever we are considering the stack content, that means we are considering the stack symbol, assume that it is out of the stack, right? So we are having z naught, we are considering z naught means it is popped from the stack, right? It is out of the stack, right? Now see here, we are in state q naught, we consider the input symbol a and we consider the stack symbol as z naught, right? So what we have to do here is that for each a, we have to push 2A's, right? Why we have to push 2A's means, for example, if the input here is A, B, B, right? So A, B, B. So how could I make a comparison between this? That means how can I make a comparison between the number of A's and number of B's? Because here the number of A's, if you consider it is n, and the number of B's, if you consider it is 2n. How could we compare this number of A's with respect to the number of B's, right? So if both the n values are same here, that means a power n, b power n, then it is a different case. But here the number of B's must be double the number of A's, right? So how do we implement such type of scenario by using this stack here? So the logic here is that whenever you see one A as a input symbol, you have to push two A's onto the stack. So let me consider here I am having input A, B, B, right? So A, B, B, what I am doing here is initially the stack is there with Z naught. So the moment when I see A, what I am going to do is that I am going to push two A's. So A followed by A, so two A's, right? Then what will happen? I am having B. So the moment when I get B, I will pop the stack. That means I will pop the top of the stack. That means I will pop the A. Okay. So first occurrence of B, I will pop top of the stack, that is A. Next occurrence of B, I will pop the top of the stack, that is second A, right? So by the end of the input, the stack is consisting of Z naught, right? So if we are not having anything to process, that is epsilon, and stack content is z naught, then we will come out with a statement that the string is accepted, right? So we can conclude that the string is accepted, right? So to make a comparison between this a power n and b power 2n, what we are doing is that for each occurrence of a in an input symbol, we are going to push two a's, right? So for each B, what we have to do is that we have to pop one A from the stack, right? So while pushing, what we are doing is that we are making that the number of A's must be double. Okay. So for each A, we are pushing double A's onto the stack, right? And then what we are doing for each occurrence of B, we are popping one A from the stack. Okay. So see here, come back to this point. So I am writing this delta of Q naught comma A comma Z naught. That means this is the initial state Q naught. The input that we are considering is small a, and the top and stack content is z naught, right? So in this situation, what we will do, what we have to do, we have to we have to push 2a's, right? But before that, what we have to do, we have to push z naught, right? because Z naught must be present in the stack, right? So first we have to push Z naught. Okay, first we have to push Z naught followed by two A's. So A. Okay, so this will become the first step. Okay, next step. If we are in state Q naught, so consider, imagine that we are in state Q naught. The next input symbol is A, and if top of the stack we are having is A, so two possibilities are there. One is the input symbol is A and stack content will be Z naught. Another possibility is that the input is A and the stack content is A. Okay, so in this case what will happen, that means what we are having, what it means, already we are having A onto the stack, we got another A as a input symbol, right? So what it means, so whenever you consider the statement like this, delta of Q naught comma A means you are in state Q naught, the next input symbol is A and the stack content is A, right? So as I mentioned that whenever you are considering the stack content, it is out of the stack, right? So what is the stack content? Now A naught, sorry, Z naught followed by A. Okay. What happened to the another A? We are considering as a stack content, so it was out of the stack, right? Now, in this case, what we have to do? Since we got one A, so for this A, we have to push two A's, right? We have to push two A's. And again, the A stack symbol that we have to consider, that must also be pushed, isn't it? Okay. So for whenever we are having input symbol A and stack content as also small a, what we have to do is that we have to push 3 A's onto the stack. Why we got 3 A's means already we are considering A as a stack content. So that A must be there in the stack. So that A we have to push, followed by for each input A we are pushing 2 A's, right? So what we have to write? We have to write, that means we have to push 3 A's. So what will be the stack content? Z naught A, and then we are pushing 3 A's. First one is this stack content A, then followed by for this input we are pushing 2 A's like this. Okay. So why we are pushing double A's for each occurrence of A? To make the number of A's count equal to the number of B's here, right? So we have to, how could we check that number of B's must be double than the number of A's, since we are not performing any computation, right? So how do we compare that? So for that reason, what we are doing, for each occurrence of A, we are pushing 2 A's onto the stack, right? And the moment when we getting the B, we are popping each A from the stack. So in that manner, if the number of A's and number of B's will become equal, then we can come out with a solution that the string is accepted. Okay. So I hope the logic is clear to you. So same thing here I have written with this transition function. So let me consider here. So I have mentioned that point, push 2 A's for each input small a, right? So we are not specifying the transition from Q naught on input B with stack content Z naught. That means we are not specifying this the transition from Q naught on input symbol B and the stack content Z naught. So because the string never starts with B, right? So the string never starts with B. So that's why we are not specifying this transition, right? So since we are not specifying this transition, if we get any string that is starting with B, so since we are not having the transition for the string that is starting with B, the string is going to be rejected. Okay, so that is the reason that we have not specified the transition from Q naught on B. Why? Because the string never starts with B. Okay, fine. Now let us see the transition. That means how many states that we are required here. So here we are using the strategy of acceptance by final state. The acceptance by final state. So in this case, we are going to have the two states. One is the Q naught and another one is the final state QF. So two states are enough, right? So Q naught will indicate that as long as that we will get A as an input symbol, we have to push two A's. Okay. and also the moment when we get B, we have to pop the A. Okay. So whenever we don't have anything to process and the stack content is Z naught, we are going to final state. Okay. So let me consider the transition functions here. So delta of Q naught comma A comma Z naught. Just now I mentioned that we are starting with the starting state Q naught, initial state Q naught. The input is small a initially, and the stack content is Z naught, right? So what we have to do? So during this processing of input A and Z naught from Q naught, you will be in the same state. Okay, you will be in the same state. So that's why we are having Q naught comma Q naught, that is same state comma. What we have to push, that we have to write in the second parameter, right? That we have to write in the second parameter, right? So on processing A comma Z naught from Q naught, where we have to go? We have to go to the state Q naught, and what is to be pushed onto the stack, that must be written as a second parameter, right? So what we have to push? We have to push Z naught first, and then followed by we have to push 2A's. Okay. So the string that must be pushed is A Z naught. So we have to write A Z naught. And I mentioned that Z naught is pushed first, Z naught is pushed first, followed by A, followed by A. Okay. So this one. So this symbol, so let me say leftmost symbol, this is rightmost symbol. Okay. So Z naught is rightmost symbol. So that rightmost symbol must appear in the bottom of the stack, then A, then this one, last A, leftmost symbol. Okay. So in that fashion we have to push. Okay. So that is the first condition that we have taken, right? Okay. So if you observe the right side of the diagram, you could find this configuration, right? So this is the thing that we have done, right? Next combination is that top of the stack is A and the input is also A, right? So in this, what we have to do? So we are in state Q naught. If the input is A and top of the stack is also A, then what we have to do? We will be in same state Q naught. And what we have to push? We have to push 3A's. So comma A. So what is this A? What is this A? So first A is nothing but stack content. Okay. So stack content. So let me write here A. So we are considering A means that A will be out of the stack, right? Then what we have to do? We have to push this stack content A, followed by, for this A we have to push 2A's, right? So 2A's. So followed by 2A's. A. So this will be the stack content Z naught A A. That means Z naught, and above that we are having 4A's, right? And next, so as long as you will get A and top of the stack either A or Z naught, you are going to push 2A's along with the stack content, and you will be in the same state. Okay. And next one, if you are in state Q naught, if you get a B as the input symbol and top of the stack is A, then what we have to do? Then what we have to do? We have to, you will be in the same state Q naught. You will be in the same state Q naught. So here there is a mistake. So here it is a Q naught. So you will be in same state Q naught, and you are not going to push anything. So comma epsilon. So whenever you are getting B means you are popping the A, right? So in that scenario, you will be in same state, that is Q naught, comma, and you are not pushing anything. So that is epsilon itself, right? So that is the case. And next one, if we are in state Q naught and the input that you are processing is epsilon, that means the input is uh, over and we are not having any symbol to consider. So here we could say it is epsilon, and stack content is Z naught, right? So stack content is Z naught. That means we reach the bottom of the stack and we are not having anything to process, and we are in state Q naught. Then immediately what we will do, since we are implementing this push down automata with a final state, so in that scenario, we will go to the final state QF, and what will be the stack content? Z naught. So we have to push Z naught, right? So we have to push Z naught. Why? Because we cannot make the stack as empty here. So definitely, if you are not processing anything and the stack content is Z naught, and you are in some state Q, definitely you have to push Z naught at least onto the stack and go to the final state. Okay, so that is the reason here we are pushing that z naught. Okay, and basically for this type of problems, if you specify these transition functions, okay, that's enough. Okay, and no need to draw the state transition diagram, but uh, you may draw, it is preferable to draw the state transition diagram. But anyhow, for the given problem, if you write the solution in terms of the transition functions, it is enough. But additionally, if you are interested, you may also draw this state transition diagram here, right? So by considering these state transition functions, you could draw the state transition diagram like this. So Q naught and QF are the states. Q naught is the initial state and QF is the final state. And then Q naught on A comma Z naught, you will be in same state. So for that is the first transition here, A comma Z naught slash what you are writing onto the stack, A Z naught, A Z naught, right? And next, if you are in state Q naught, the input is A and the stack content is A, then what you are writing onto the stack triple S, and you will be in same state Q naught. So that's why we are having A comma A slash triple S, and we are having the self transition on this. And same is the case with B. If you are in state Q naught, if you get B and comma and stack symbol is A, then you are in same state Q naught and you are writing slash epsilon onto the stack. That means we are not pushing anything. Okay. So whenever we are pushing epsilon, means it is simply a pop operation, right? Next. So if you are in state Q naught, if you get epsilon as input and Z naught as a stack content, then you go from Q naught to QF, okay, final state, and you are going to write Z naught onto this stack, that is slash Z naught. Okay. So this is how we could write this uh, transitions, right? Okay. So let me consider one string and let me explain you this logic once again. A, B, B. So let me take the smaller string. So A is equal to BB. Okay. So how do we implement? So first thing, if you consider the first transition, so let me consider stack content. So initially the stack content is Z naught, right? So what is the first input that we are having? A. So if we are in state Q naught, if we are in state Q naught, okay, the input is A. Now stack content is Z naught, so we are taking that Z naught here, okay, right? Then so Z naught, whenever we are considering as a stack symbol during transition, assume that it is out of the stack, okay. Now Q naught comma A comma Z naught, where you will be? You will be in state Q naught. What we have to push? First thing, we have to push Z naught onto the stack. So write it Z naught. And for this A, we have to push two A's, right? So A, A. So push in such a way that Z naught will come in the bottom and the A's will come up on the top of Z naught. Okay. So this is how we are writing the first step, right? Okay. Then in which state we are in now? Q naught. If you observe the stack content, it is like Z naught followed by A followed by A, right? Isn't it? So this is the stack content after this step, right? Next step, delta of Q naught. Hmm. What is the next input? Next input is B, right? So Q naught comma B. What is the top of the stack? So top of the stack is A, right? So top of the stack is A. So the moment you are considering A means we have popped that A, right? It is out of the stack, right? And now stack content, if you observe, it is having A Z naught followed by A only, right? Because one A we have considered from the stack and it is outside it, right? Now Q naught comma B comma A. What we are doing? We are in same state, that is Q naught comma, and what we are pushing? We are pushing nothing. So that's it, epsilon. Yeah, done. So for each occurrence of B, we popped A, right? And next case, what is the next input? We are having B. We are in state Q naught. We are having B, and top of the stack we are having A, right? So top of the stack we are considering A means it is outside of the stack. Okay. Now Q naught B comma A. Q naught comma B comma A means you will be in same state Q naught. We are not going to push anything. So epsilon. So see what will be the stack content? It will be like this Z naught. Okay. Z naught. Okay. Last step. So do you have anything to process? Do you have anything to process after second B? Nothing. So we will write like delta of Q naught comma nothing to process, that is epsilon. Okay, comma what is stack content? It is Z naught, right? Z naught. Now, so if we are having nothing to process, that is epsilon, and top of the stack we consider is Z naught, then we have to go to the final state. Okay, comma what we have to push? We have to push Z naught onto the stack. Why? Because the stack must always consisting of Z naught, right? So we have to push Z naught, right? So this is how we can process the given string. And if you observe that it is accepting the string A B B, right? A B B. So number of A's is here is 1 and number of B's are double. Okay, right. So if you consider the string W is equal to A B B, is it accepted? Is it accepted? A B B? No, it is not going to accept, right? So what happened? Initially we are going to have stack content with Z naught. For this A, we are going to push two A's. A. For second A, again we have to push two A's. So A and one more A. Okay. Now you will be in state Q naught, right? Now for each B, what we have to do? We have to pop one A, right? So first A will be popped. So this will be popped, right? Then second B, you are going to have second A to be popped. Okay. Now, what is the next input that is to process? Epsilon. What is the top of the stack? Now we are having A. In which state you are having Q naught? So Q naught, that means delta of Q naught comma epsilon comma small a. Do you have the transition for this? Do you have the transition for this? No. So what it means? We have not specified the transition for this case. That means you are in state Q naught, we are not having anything to process, and top of the stack is small a. Do we get this type of scenario if the string belongs to the language? No, right? So the moment when you finish processing the input, the stack content must be Z naught, right? But here you are getting the stack content is small a. So what it means? There is a no relationship between this number of A's and number of B's. I mean, the relationship which is given in the language property is not satisfying, right? So that is the reason we got A after processing the input, given input, right? So we never have the configuration like delta of Q naught comma epsilon on A, right? And we have not specified in this transition function as well. Okay, why? Because this situation will never occur if the string belongs to the language. Okay, is this clear? So this is how we can construct the pushdown automata for this language. Okay, next one. So construct the pushdown automata for this problem. Design pushdown automata for the language. L is equal to set of A power n, B power n, C power n. So A power n, B power n, C power n, such that n comma m is greater than or equal to 1. N comma m is greater than or equal to 1. So if you observe the language, if you observe here, we are going to have A's followed by B's followed by C, right? And if you observe, we are having A power n, B power n. So that means the number of A's followed by the number of B's must be same, followed by any number of C's. Okay, so there is a relationship between number of A's and number of B's, whereas the number of C's you may have any count. Okay, the number of C's may be anything. Okay, it could be 1, it could be 2 C's, it could be 3 C's, whatever it may be, but the number of A's and number of B's must be same. Okay, so here what we have to do, we already constructed the push down automata for a power n and b power n, right? So same we can do here. That means for each a, whenever we see one a as a input, we have to push that a onto the stack. Okay. The moment when we get b, we have to pop a from the stack. Okay. And c's, you may have any count. So there is no relationship between number of c's with respect to the number of a's and number of b's, right? Since we are having c power m. Okay. So m is independent of n, right? So what we will do. So let me consider the string I am having w is equal to a, b, c. So in this case, I have taken n value as 1, m value as 1. So a power 1, b power 1, c power 1. So this is the first possibility of the string. So if you write a language, it will become L is equal to set of A, B, C. Okay. Next, if I take n value as 2, so A square, B square, and if I take m value as 1, so it will be C power m, that is C power 1. Okay. So this is another combination, right? So if I take 3A's, that means n value as 3, so 3A's followed by 3B's followed by 1C if I consider m value as 1. Okay. So likewise, you can able to generate any number of combinations of this string, right? So here I am considering, let me consider some biggest string so that you will understand this concept. I am considering A, B, B, C. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, how do we implement this? So first thing, consider that we are having A as input symbol. So whenever you get A as the input symbol and the top of the stack may be either Z naught in the initial case or it may be small a. Okay. So in that case, we have to push one A onto the stack. That means for each input symbol A, we are going to push that A onto the stack, right? And the moment when we get B, we are going to pop the stack. Okay. For each occurrence of B, we are going to pop the stack. And for each occurrence of C, we are not going to do anything. So just we are going to keep that stack content Z naught as it is, right? So let me explain this concept here. So let me start with processing here. Okay, what is the first input symbol that I am having? Small a, right? So initially, if you consider the combination, it will be like delta of, I am considering the initial state as Q naught, okay, Q naught, comma, the first input is A. So always the first input symbol must be A only. And stack content, if you observe, it is initially Z naught, right? So delta of Q naught comma A comma Z naught. So what we have to do? So as long as you are getting A, you will be in same state Q naught. So here I am going to take Q naught to represent that I have seen A and Q1 to represent that I have seen B. Okay. And Q2 to represent that I have seen C and QF that is the final state. Okay. So anyway, you can construct by with any number of states, but the logic must be correct as far as the given language is concerned. Okay, right. So Q naught comma A comma Z naught. So what we have to do, since it is A, you will be in same state Q naught. Let me write. Okay, Q naught comma. So what we have to push, since we are having the input symbol A, we have to push that symbol onto the stack. So before that, we have to push Z naught. So Z naught, then we have to push A. Okay, so that is the first case. And if you observe the stack content, it will be Z naught followed by A. Okay, now next case, what is the next input that we are having? A only. So you are in state Q naught. You are in state Q naught. The next input is A. What is the stack content now? The stack content now. The stack content is A itself, right? Okay. Now, since it is input is A, we will be in same state Q naught. What we have to push now? we have to push first thing stack symbol A that we have considered. Okay, so we have to push that A, stack symbol A, and along with we have to push the input A. So Q naught comma A, right? So as I mentioned that when we are considering the top of the stack, it is out of the stack only. Okay, and then we are having the stack content here Z naught followed by A followed by A. Okay, so this is the stack content. Now, next, what is the next input? We are having B. So Q naught on B. Okay, input symbol is B. Now, what is the top of the stack? Top of the stack is A, right? So A. Now, since we are getting B means you are going to state Q1. Okay, that indicates that we have seen B. Okay, next what we have to push? We are not going to push anything, so it is epsilon. Okay, since for matching B, matching A has occurred onto the stack, we are not going to push anything. So it's simply an epsilon, right? If you observe the stack content, how it would be? It will be Z naught followed by A. Okay. Now, next, what is the next input that we are having? Again, B. So delta of Q1 comma B. Now, what is the stack content? It is A only. So Q1, in Q1, if you get any B's, what we will do? We will be in same state and we have to pop A Q1. That means you will be in same state Q1, comma, what you have to push? Nothing, epsilon. So if you observe for that B, we popped A and the stack content is now it is Z naught, right? Next, what is the next input that we are having? C. We are in state Q1. Okay. If the input is C and top of the stack is Z naught, now it means the number of B's has completed. Now the number of C's are starting, right? So if you are in state Q1, if you get C as input and top of the stack is Z naught, we move to the state Q2 since we have start seeing the number of C's here. So Q2, what we are going to push in this case? So we are going to push Z naught itself, right? So we are not going to push C here. Why? Because the number of C's uh, is not having any relation with number of A's and B's. So just we will push Z naught, right? So what is the stack content? It will become Z naught itself, right? So as long as you will get C's in Q2 and top of the stack is Z naught, you will be in same state, right? So that we are writing here, right? So that we have to mention. Okay. In state Q2, if we have epsilon as input and top of the stack is Z naught, then it means that the string has been successfully processed. So we go to the state QF and we have to push Z naught itself. Okay. So this is the final step that we will get. Okay. Delta of Q2 comma epsilon comma Z naught. We are going to get QF comma Z naught. Okay. So let us check out the transitions functions that we have written here. So I have explained the logic. So first thing we start with Q naught. Input is A and stack symbol is Z naught. So we will be in same state Q naught and we are going to push A Z naught, right? So this is the thing here. So if you draw the state transition diagram, it will be like this. Q naught, it is a starting state. Okay. If you get, right, if you get A as a input, comma, and top of the stack as Z naught, comma, A comma Z naught, slash, what you are pushing here, A Z naught. So that you have to write A Z naught. Okay. A Z naught. Done. Next. So if you are in state Q naught, if input is A and top of the stack is A means you will be in same state Q naught and you have to push A. So again you have to write like this Q naught on input A, comma, top of the stack is A slash A. That means you are pushing two A's. Okay, right. Next, if you are in state Q naught, if the input is B and top of the stack is A, then you are going to state Q1. So Q naught on input B, stack symbol A, you are going to state q1, and what we are pushing onto the stack in this case, epsilon, because for that b we are uh, popped the a, matching a. Next, if you are in state q1, if the next input is b and top of the stack is a, then what will happen? You will be in same state q1 and you are going to push epsilon. So q1 on self transition on input b comma stack symbol a slash, you are writing epsilon here, right? So this will continue as it is. In q1, if you get c and top of the stack is z naught, you go to the state q2. So q1 on c, so on c comma input is c, top of the stack is z naught. Okay, you go to the state q2, which is indicating that we have seen the c here. Okay, what you are writing, slash, what you are writing, we are simply pushing z naught, slash z naught. Okay, so like this. Next, q2. In q2, if the input is c and top of the stack is z naught, you will be in same state. So self transition. Okay, what you will write? So on q2, if the input is c and top of the stack is z naught, okay, you will be in same state q2 and you are going to push z naught itself onto this stack. Okay, so this process will continue as long as you will see c. Okay, and in q2, if we get the next input as epsilon and top of the stack is z naught, you go to the state qf, which is the final state. Okay, so qf. So in q2, if you get epsilon as input and stack content as z naught, you are going to state qf, and what you are writing, slash z naught onto the stack. So simply pushing z naught itself, right? So that's it. Okay. So this is the transition diagram, state transition diagram for the state transition functions that we have written. Okay. So this is the PDA which will accept the language L is equal to A power n, B power n, and C power m. Okay. So in the next session we will solve some more problems. So just try to practice this problem by your own, and if possible, try to practice the newer problems. Okay, if you get any doubts or difficulties in solving the problem, let me know those things so that I will clarify those things in the coming session. Okay, thank you for attending this session. Have a nice day.